All right, so we left off with the economic development and revolving fund. And so went ahead and finalized that. And again, we're going to transfer, or it's not a transfer, but we're instituting an interfund loan to the airport improvement fund.
Yeah, so that's not truly a projected deficit.
Not in the cash, no.
No.
Right. So, because we're loaning it. So, all right. So we'll keep going. So, just quickly, ARPA, we're going to have to come back to this one because you guys are going to have to select which projects you want to pursue with ARPA. And Josh has provided a long list of different ARPA projects. So if you remember, ARPA is money that came through the American Rescue Plan Act, where we received 2.7 million in money. And the way we're approaching it is we're going to put that towards water and sewer infrastructure projects. There are other things you can do, and they've kind of broadened that spectrum, but right now that's what we're focusing on. And also this is the money that Delbert Hoseman has talked about matching.
Right.
All right, so we're talking about matching the 2.7 million, which are over 5 million at that point worth of projects.
Josh has more than that he can show us on water and sewer. So
absolutely.
Now, okay.
Question?
I thought we were going, Mayor, I thought we were going to bring drainage into that as well.
Well, I think that's all in the same vein.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because when I talked to Delbert last week, he's real high on spending money for drainage.
Okay. Yeah, that's all in the same vein as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. All right, good.
All right, so we'll come back to that one. Let's go down to the animal shelter fund.
Damn.
So nothing new here as far as the projected deficit. So let's go down into expenditures. So what was that?
Nothing.
Our expenditures overall are projected to come in almost 100,000 below, and then in terms of our budget, I mean, it's pretty much a flat budget. So let me hire the personnel. If there's anything that jumps out at you guys, but a lot of the increases are general,
How does our budget look compared to last year?
Oh, shit. So it's hard to compare, but you see that 149.
Yeah.
Because of the construction.
Versus 582, but yeah, that's mostly construction.
Sure.
Yeah, so if you take construction out, 149. If you take out 1.1, yeah.
Oh, they're down.
Yeah.
Even when you take that out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Say that again.
Well, the construction is 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're up. Never mind.
So it's up.
Yeah, they're up. Take that out. You take that out. Yeah, 300. That'll leave with 300,000 and
Right.
582.
Yeah.
But some of this is construction as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. How much is it?
You take out
181.
181. Yeah. So it's
all right. So it's about the same.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you got in there for coming from the county?
Not enough.
25% maybe.
I just did the 87.5 based on what we've received the last 2 years.
Didn't we ask them or send a request to them for some more for that?
Yes, sir. We've requested 125 the past 2 years.
And they've still said no.
Yeah, 87.5.
We still need to request it.
I have a file of letters.
Okay, in the past years, Dominique, we have covered the shortfall with sanitation.
Yes, sir.
Do you have that in here?
It is.
Oh, Lord.
Still short
285,000.
that much?
285,000 coming from sanitation, but sanitation is in a deficit this year as well. She's also requesting a new position also. That is not included in here. Right. Animal control fees, I mean, the most we've ever gotten is basically $10,000. We put the county back up at 125, and then again, the 285 here from sanitation. You want to go back to expenditures? You want to increase sanitation?
How did we balance it last year? Because, I mean, it's not that big a difference.
Well, let's look. I don't know if we did.
I don't think we did balance.
I don't know if we did. Let me pull up 22. All right, let me go here. So we actually budgeted a deficit last year, but it was mostly due to construction. So if you took construction out. So we were actually all right. What did we do? Well, her expenditures have gone up. So I guess last year you guys maybe cut some expenditures. Because revenue is the same pretty much.
You know, I don't know. I don't even know why animal shelters is a separate fund, to be honest with you.
Separate from the general fund?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't nothing more than a general fund department when it boils down to it.
Would you want to consider?
But I mean, the thing of it is, I mean, you think of it is, you still gotta manage it. And if you had to manage it with taxes, it would take 3.5 meals to do it. Okay, let's come back to it.
All right, economic development and tourism.
Sure.
All right, so this fund is where we collect our tourism tax, which is that 2% tax on top of the 7% sales tax for
Right.
restaurants and hotels. So
Drill down through the expenditures so everybody can see what they look like.
sure. Some of this stuff. All right, so in contractual services, we're looking at 22.5 for Christmas lighting maintenance, which has went up from last year. Retail strategies, this is another year of that, I believe year 2 of the new agreement. That's 30,000. And then we've got the sculpture garden appropriation. So that's what makes up that 60,000. All right, so here you guys have a list of basically all of your most of your appropriations. So 45,000, this goes to Delta State. This was part of the baseball and football field or stadiums.
We like 4 more years on that contract.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys should have that spreadsheet in Dropbox. So we're almost
Yeah, I've looked at it. It's like 4 years left.
chamber. So this is 550,000. It's a 57% increase there. Up from no, it's hard to see. Yeah, it's 350 and 22. But if we drill down into that over the years, 2016, we budgeted 632, and it's just kind of gone down over the years. So, but that's that. If y'all have any comments on that right now. City beautification is remaining flat. This is I think we hit street lights with this so that's a bit of lighting. All right, so these are different appropriations. You guys in Dropbox should see all of the letters detailing the different requests. So Delta Center, 25,000. Last year, I believe you guys cut that in half. Glenn Foundation is going up, or they've requested more at least. 50 Nights of Light. Keep Cleveland Born remain flat, and then DAC remain flat, Delta Aquatic Club, and Deep Roots went up a little bit as well. Miss Tricia will be part of the department head meetings also. Y'all have questions for her. Y'all have any? I'll stop there.
Now, let me think. The Delta Center for Culture and Learning, did we give them 25 last year? Or did we cut it back to 12?
12.5, I think. you
It's
said.
12.5. 12.5. Let me look. We actually, did we do 20?
I think we cut it to 12.5.
Yeah.
Michelle, will you look that up?
I'm looking now.
Yeah, because in the budget schedule, it looks like we maybe cut them back to 20. I know the year before that, we cut it in half. Okay. All right, we'll confirm that, guys. Any other questions?
No, what I would like to do is, how far are we off? We're off 130 something thousand. Okay.
Yeah.
I know the chamber went up, but if you look at their appropriation, 25,000 of that is for Christmas events, and 50,000 of it is for the music festival, Mayor, which is when is that coming up in February?
In 23.
Okay, so $75,000 of their increase is new stuff, and then now we got this $20,000 retirement community. So, so you got 3 things on their request that really is not typical chamber stuff.
What would the retirement community entail? 20,000.
I thought, and the reason I thought we had some money set aside for this music festival.
We took it out a few years ago.
Yeah.
We said that the chamber would cover it.
We gave it to them. They have it.
Well, no. We budgeted 30,000 for it, and we removed it from our budget. And the statement that was made at that time was the chamber would cover that cost.
Okay.
We haven't appropriated anything for that.
Well, at any rate, I mean, I'd like to table the conclusion on this fund until we can talk to the chamber. I noticed I was going to call Laura, but I sent her an email yesterday. I know she's out for a couple of days.
I missed the answer. I had to step to the door on the retirement community, Gary.
Yeah, the retirement community, in her narrative, she said that Cleveland is now a retirement community, and MDA requires a minimum of $20,000 be appropriated on an annual basis to fund the retirement community program. So this is something new.
Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be yearly though.
It is. I know it. So,
Yep.
I mean, first thing is I think we need to take that out of the chamber. We need a separate line item for retirement community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Okay, see, all right, and then 50 of this is a one-time occurrence because it's the convention that's going to be here in the spring.
Right.
And
that
then,
will go away.
Yeah, so that'll go away. And then the 25, I'm talking about the 25, the Christmas operation. 10 of that is for the Christmas parade. And they're wanting to do $15,000 for a skating rink that'll be downtown during the whole 50 days of 50 Nights of Lights.
Boy, that's 6 weeks or more.
Yeah.
November the 12th is.
Yeah.
I think you're overlapping with a lot of school time. Right?
Well, that's why I said it's on some of this. I would like to table the discussion as far as concluding this fund.
I agree.
Until we can talk to them. And
yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Yeah, you 15 days of skating might be some liability issues there.
Well, and
It's
that's
not actual ice though. If they do what they did before, it's a iceless skating thing. But still, no, to your point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's, but anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that 25,000 of Christmas stuff, that is all new. Now I know a lot of people have suggested that we spend some money on the Christmas parade because it really has become a big event.
Yeah, I think that's.
Last year was huge.
Yeah.
All right. So Dominique, I'm okay with everything else in this fund. I'd like to talk to the chamber and also to the Grammy Museum. The one bright spot here that we haven't spoken about for the first time since I've been on this board, because of Anna Sledge, our railroad museum is actually 40 grand better off than it's ever been.
208% increase in miscellaneous revenue.
So, Kerry, did we say we're going to go back and look at all these after talking to the chamber? Is that what?
Yeah, Billy.
Okay,
I think by the end of the week we can have some answers to some of this.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're not going to finalize this probably till 2 weeks, Dominique.
Yeah, the budget doesn't have to be finalized until September 14th.
Okay, so probably when we get together at our September meeting, we can have answers to most of this stuff.
Delta Center for Culture and Learning in 2021, or for 2022 was 20,000.
Okay.
All right, so y'all good with this for right now? All right, we'll keep.
What'd you say it was, 20?
20,000.
I mean, I hate to increase them. I mean, because God, we're spending so much money at Delta State already. It's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 25,000 for years. And then you guys cut it down. You can't really see it.
12.5. Let me see what year that was. 12.5.
I think it was 12.5 in 2020 and 21. Michelle.
Well, we were having trouble figuring out exactly what they were doing for us.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand that really.
It
I
was
mean, all they were doing at one time was those masks that were in the, was a building right down from me, Billy. You remember those masks they had in there?
Yeah.
It
That's
was,
not, and it was part of a tour.
yeah, it was
They do
12,
the blue
16, 17, 18, and 19. And then in
What?
October of 21, so for fiscal year 22, we went up to 20.
I believe it is 20.
Okay. All right, so that's where we are right now. Okay,
Yeah, and I actually think we're going to end up doing better on our projected revenue.
yeah. I had a conservative approach for sure. But yeah, definitely.
Oh, I mean, that's rock bottom. I mean, that's
Yeah.
keeping everything just like it is. Because
Right.
we're going to go over 1.2 million this year.
All right. Let's move on. Doing pretty good, y'all. Let's see. We did the park. Let's do sanitation. Michelle, what's the cash balance on sanitation right now? All right, so one thing that we did, obviously, the sanitation fund is where we pay our aero disposal contract, our sanitation contract for
Right.
collection. We also, in 2022, we moved the mosquito control contract to this fund as well, instead of paying it out of the general fund. So just keep that in mind. We also increased mosquito to $9 a month.
Didn't we get, a month or two ago, or maybe sooner than that, a notice that we were getting an increase with Arrow?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That
Is that
was
where that
gas.
coming from?
Yeah,
Like
it was
a fuel surcharge or something.
Yeah.
Are you talking about for mosquito control or arrow?
Yeah, it was
Right.
mosquito.
Yeah, it was both of them. So if you remember, advanced mosquito, theirs is a little different because there's a fuel surcharge.
Yeah,
on
it wasn't much. It was less than $3,000.
for 3.5 months.
Yeah,
So
something like
that
that.
was
Oh,
it.
there it is. Yeah, 3,300. Okay.
I
Now-
might add, that this retirement deal we're gonna have, some of our vendors are gonna have to sponsor. Those two that did the surcharge, they're gonna give us more for our city employment appreciation than what the surcharge was.
Okay, great. And then aero disposal, now theirs did go up as well, to 81,000. So
Yeah.
that contract.
They ain't giving us that much.
So, but yeah, that 81,000 is what we budgeted for going forward. So that would be the 970, a 4% increase. All right. So I do need to confirm with them to make sure we're not going up anymore.
They're Johnny on the spot, I can tell you that.
Heck, yeah.
Yeah, they've done a good job.
Right.
One thing that comes out of this fund is the administrative charge of $100,000. This money is transferred from this fund to the general fund. And then also, if you remember, we transfer out $285,000 to the animal shelter fund from this. Yes,
Cash balance was 112,476.
okay. So right now, based on what, the state auditor says, I mean, based on right now, we'd still be positive in cash. But here we are. Y'all want to see the revenue side? We do have, a little bit of franchise fees that come in from basically other garbage companies that service the city. They pay us a franchise fee. State grants, there's 25,000. That is for Earth Day. So You know, we have not been awarded next year yet, I don't think. So we'll confirm that. Birthday credit. All right, and so this, we're calculating, estimating our mosquito control fees that we'll collect annually. So this 4,513 is the average number of mosquito control accounts we have. And then here is the same for garbage. So we average about 3,689 water accounts that pay for garbage.
Why is,
God, man, it seems like it
why
ought
is
to
there
be
such a
more.
difference?
There's a difference because businesses pay mosquito. Businesses pay mosquito, but don't pay garbage since they have to get their own garbage service.
Okay,
So that's the difference. So again, these two numbers here are average. So we just, you
yeah,
know,
that can fluctuate.
yeah.
What was the shortfall in the
95.
animal shelter?
Shelter.
But the animal shelter's short too, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm,
Gotta look at
because we got to cover that.
one.
So you got 159. Okay, go back to what you had now.
It's 90.
So to cover that shortfall,
255.
we got to go up $250,000 in garbage fees.
Which is garbage fee.
There's 4,500. No. Scratch. That's mosquito pickups, right?
So just garbage?
Well, I mean, you know, it's one or both. I mean, the bottom line is we got $250,000 to make up.
Okay. What's that percentage increase? $250 divided by 36.89 divided by 12. So you're looking at a $6 increase for garbage per account per month. $5.64.
Per month?
Mm-hmm.
Got 550, but close enough.
You know, you hate to say this, but inflation nationwide went up right at 10% last year.
Yeah,
All right, so that gives, coming back to that, Gary, what's Social Security is going to give a cost of living adjustment, like 10%,
Cost of living Social Security went up 8.9%.
9%?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's pretty much in line with what's happened nationwide.
what is garbage fee now?
It's 28.
It would go up about $5.60 a month, Mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we need this number to be what it is so we can allocate another $150,000 to the animal shelter.
yeah. Gotcha.
If you go up, what's that? 400 divided by 12. So it'd be $33.33. Let me round that off. It's 34 times 680.
And that's for 2 pickups a week and limbs once a week.
Correct.
Dominique, you know, we paid for a bunch of extra charges last year.
Mm-hmm.
for cleanup. That's not in here anywhere, is it?
Nah, that hit the
Not
21.
budget, no.
That hit the 21 budget. So that was,
Okay.
that hit the general fund. That was like
I got you.
400,000. Yeah, but that didn't, that was 2 years
Nope.
ago.
Okay.
So that's a that's a $6 increase right there per user. So
But Public Works has also still been helping,
A
With-
lot,
they have,
a whole lot.
like,
there's also,
Okay, did you adjust the animal shelter now?
no, let me put the transfer in here. So you want to, do 160 from here?
I mean, whatever it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Did you say you could actually print these things when you get through?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, we can come here to reports and we can pull it up like
You know,
this.
I don't necessarily have to have a printed one, but it sure would be nice if you could maybe put it in PDF version.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Cause I mean, I always keep it on my desktop when somebody calls and asks me a question.
That would be handy for sure.
and you can log in anytime throughout the year.
I don't want to.
But yeah, no, what we'll do is we'll have a budget book, and this budget book will detail all of this and it's have some pretty pie charts and
Yeah. Learning this software is not part of my job requirement.
so y'all will be able to, we'll get this to you.
Yeah, this is Ashley's problem now.
No pressure, Ashley.
All right. So animal shelter, I guess we can finalize.
You can.
That's exciting, finalized stuff. Sanitation. All right, so y'all are good with the
There,
six,
but sanitation can't be 170 to the good.
well, we increased it 250,000.
Yeah, but you spent,
There's
but you
another
turn around and spent 160. So how did it?
We were increasing there was another transfer out.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? We netted what, 250 minus 160?
And what was the other transfer? There was another fund. What was the other fund?
You had 100 that went to the general fund,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stayed the same.
but that was already in there.
Yeah, we just increased the transfer to the animal shelter by 160,000. Did I put it
Okay,
in?
you increased the animal shelter by 160. So then why did we have to go up? Why did we have to go up 250 to increase it 160?
We did not. We did not have to do that.
Okay, that was my question. So my point is, time out, don't change it yet.
Okay,
If we got to go up, it's better to do it one time than to do it 2 years in a row.
The
Sure.
fund itself was in the deficit by.
Exactly. So here's my point. Leave it alone. Let us be a little positive. It might keep us from having to go up next time. Because if you don't go up but $5 now, you're going to have to turn around next year and go up another 2 to catch up.
But did you put the transfer out in,
She put the
And-
transfer out to the, yeah, I saw her put that in there. There it is right there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so let me. note
I
this.
thought sanitation was at a negative when we went to it.
it was 95, it was a 95,000.
Okay, so your increase in revenue went up how much, Dominic?
200 and. We increased it 200. Wait. We went up $6, 6 times 12 times 36.89. So that's 265,608 increase.
265. Okay,
Mhm.
so you went up 265, you spent 160, so you went up 100. Okay. I don't know why though. I thought when you opened this fund up, when we started, I
Yeah.
thought when you opened it, that was negative.
It was.
You're right.
Okay, so if we went up 265, we went down 160, we went up 100. Where did we pick up another 70,000?
Mm,
It actually should have netted, it should have ended up 5,000 to the good.
That's kind of where I am, Michelle. That's why I'm confused.
Yes, if we just update the fund balance. So we're talking about here. That's where we started. So there's. Michelle, will you update? I'm gonna get out of it.
I'm sorry, why what?
Will you update the fund summary?
Yes.
Let me get out of it. Okay, Michelle is updating that. We should be good though.
Okay. So we've done everything but the general fund now.
Sewer utility, public
Oh, yeah.
improvement bond fund, and general.
Okay, let's do PBIF.
This one is based on your capital projects,
Right.
and so it's not ready. I mean, this
Okay.
includes every single capital project requested.
Okay. And
Yeah.
we'll go through every one of those projects in a minute.
Yes, sir.
All right. So look at utilities.
All right.
Okay, so why is that huge positive balance? You got more grant money in there than we got projects?
Yeah, it's based on the timing of the SRF money
Right,
so essentially we've already spent that money in this current fiscal year, but the SRF money is delayed.
okay, so if you took the SRF out of it, what
Yeah.
would that projected surplus look like?
Right. Let me write this number down.
It's 1.3 million?
That's just that was actual what we've gotten so far. That's projected.
Oh, it's the difference in those two?
No, it's over here. It's the 9 million. Let me take that out. Let me write this number down so I don't lose it. They take that out. Four.
You're gonna take out both sides of the equation.
Yes, sir. Write the number down so I can put it back.
So what is the other side, the 8.4 million?
Yeah, that on the expense side. So this is SRF money, DRA money, taking that out. And if you go on the expense side, it's actually in the wastewater fund and capital outlay. Where's it at? It's
So the
right
81.
there. Okay, so what is that? 80.
1,051,000.
231.76.
Oh,
We hadn't seen that in a while.
okay, all right, so we're barely positive, and that is making a transfer to the general fund for admin, right?
Yes, admin, also the current SRF loans that we have. So,
Oh, yes, RF payments are in there as well.
yeah, for some of our older projects. So
Okay,
822, 854 is leaving.
yeah,
And then we've got the 739 for administrative fee.
got it,
And then we've also got this money to pay off the general obligation utility.
got it,
Or the
Okay,
revenue
good.
fund. So that includes all of that.
yeah. Well, that'd be nice. Mayor, we're not gonna have to increase water and sewer revenues. Well, wait a minute,
Well, that includes an increase.
that includes the increase because you got the new project we gotta pay for,
Yes.
and that's a government mandate.
Yeah. So just so everybody knows, if you remember, we're in phase 2 of our wastewater treatment plant. That project is funded by this fund. As part of funding that project using the utility fund, we basically promised MDEQ that we would increase our sewer rate by 26% to be able to make those payments back for that loan. All right. And so Josh and I spoke, and he mentioned just doing maybe a 14% increase for water and then 1 for sewer. So you don't put it all on sewer. So yes, this projected surplus is based on that increase of 14% in water and sewer sales.
Ms. Dominic, I have a question. With our ARPA, do we not get a loan with that, with ARPA? What does that pay for?
So ARPA is just for
Wasn't
water.
that wasn't water and sewer?
It's water and sewer infrastructure, yes, but you
Okay.
can't. But the wastewater treatment plant phase 2, we've had in process years before ARPA came about, and so for phase 1 and also for past sewer rehab projects, we've used the state revolving fund, which is the loan from MDEQ. So.
And we pay for it with sales tax revenue.
Correct. So what happens when we get our sales tax revenue each month, the payment for these SRF loans is deducted from that sales tax revenue. All right, so we get the net amount. And so then every year, in order to replenish that sales tax money that we lost, essentially, or that we, was deducted, we come in here and we actually do a transfer, it's actually in wastewater.
The sewer fund replenishes the general fund for the
Yep.
loss of the sales tax revenue.
So we're gonna send 822,000 back to the general fund to replenish it for sales tax.
Well, I'm really having a problem that we keep going up on our people every year. You know,
We didn't-
accident.
We didn't do it.
We didn't
didn't-
do it like, we went up on something last year.
Yeah, I know, but what I was gonna say, no, we didn't. What happened was the MDA, not MDA, EPA came in here several
Right.
years ago. And they required us to spend like $25 million on our water and sewer systems.
Okay,
They made us go up on this thing. It's a mandate that they put on us with no assistance. You're right, though. I mean, our citizens have to pay for it.
yeah, but do we have to increase by, Ms. Dominique, do we have to increase by 14%?
Yes, just based on what was in our application for these funds from MDEQ. Josh will be able to talk more about it. But yeah, in this study, we had to provide a financial capability study to MDEQ. And we basically had to provide a lot of data to show, hey, we have the money or we'll have the money in the future to pay these loans back. Hence the increase.
Okay. But that's the recommended 14% increase.
I believe it's actually 26% total.
Mhm. Oh, Lord.
You know, so
Oh, Lord.
yeah. So we do 13 and a half. So yeah, it's projected for what was put in that summary, I believe it's 26%. And that's also on Dropbox as well. That financial capability summary. Thoughts,
All right,
questions?
go to the general fund. All right, Dominic, when we come back from lunch, figure out how to get rid of that $300,000.
Yes, sir.
No pressure.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do. There's not a lot of capital in here, honestly, because most of them are hitting the bond fund right now. But there may be a few things.
So let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Does that deficit, I know it includes personnel costs. Does it include all the unfulfilled positions in the police department?
Yes, it includes
Yeah.
all vacancies.
And
So,
public works.
I mean, we got 11 vacancies in the police department.
Yeah.
You got 11 vacancies. That's over $1 million.
You got a number in public works too, keep in mind.
So we have 24 vacant positions right now.
Yeah.
So there are 6.
Can, at least for the purpose of this budget, with us out having to beat ourselves to death, can we take some of these unfilled positions and treat
Just
them
remove them?
treat them as inactive?
Okay.
Because we're not going to fill them.
You hopefully we'll fill some, but you won't fill them all, no.
She said 24 positions. We'll be lucky to fill 12 of them between this next fiscal year.
All right, so we're short with 300.
We're short 300.
350.
That's 3-4 police.
Brian, I'm gonna tell you what, that's 4 people.
Yeah, that's not much.
No.
You can take out 3 patrolmen and two public works guys or, you know, the positions.
Take out 3 and 3.
3, so take out 3 patrolmen.
Yeah, take out 3 patrolmen and take out 3 public works.
Now, we're
and-
not saying we're doing away with those positions.
We're just saying to make them
Right.
inactive right now.
That's right.
Exactly. Make them inactive. Because here's what's going to happen. If we get later on down the road and the police department is lucky and they can find these people, we're going to do a budget amendment and we'll move on
Yeah,
at
we
that
are.
point.
Right. That makes sense.
Gary, when we finish this, can we go back and look at the general department expenditure and see which is running the red versus budget?
Sure.
Can do what I wanted it to do. Hold on. All right, I may have to play with that during our break, so I can get that correct. Okay. But I've
Okay.
made to take those 6 positions out.
All right. Couple of things I'm going to say. In light of what Kirk said, we do need to go through the general fund on a department by department basis to look at where we had increases or where we may be over budget. And the other thing is, you said that you already got some department heads lined up for this afternoon.
That depended on us, you know, how quickly we got through. So Schedule A, we can start this afternoon. Schedule B, we do everybody tomorrow.
It doesn't matter to me, but I don't want to start with them at 1 o'clock. I want to make sure we feel better about the budget before we start
Right.
talking to them.
Okay.
I want to do like Kirk said and go through those line items in the general fund.
And you said you wanted to go through the capital project.
And then we want to do capital projects.
Mhm.
So maybe, you know, maybe if we could see, I think Josh is your biggest one. If maybe we could see him at 3 o'clock and catch everybody else tomorrow.
I'll let them know.
How's that?
All right, I'll let them know.
So at 1 o'clock, when we resume, that'll give you time to clean this up. And at 1 o'clock, when we resume, let's go back over the general fund. And let's look at all the capital projects that we might want to consider. Mayor, you got anything else?
No, that's how you feel. That's fine.
That's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, y'all done a great job, ladies. Appreciate it.
See y'all in a little bit.
Y'all want to say 1 or 12:30? Yeah.
Can we say 1?
Let's say 1 o'clock, because I've got